Thanks so much for checking out Tea and a Buddy on YouTube. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello and welcome to the Tea and a Buddy podcast with me, Dominic.
And me, Erica.
And this is a Harry and Megs part 2, isn't it? The saga continues.
I could just hear some people
Episode 2.
switching the podcast off. Like, oh no,
They're
not
talking
again.
about Harry and Megs again. I'm sick of them. Sick of hearing about Harry and Meghan.
The drama just continues. I mean,
The drama continues.
We really had no choice in this matter. I mean, we had to talk about it.
We had to comment about it again. Yes.
No, we've been requested to talk about it, though.
Yeah,
to be fair,
we have. Yeah.
People are like, "Oh, we want to hear your opinions on this matter." And I know we did a previous podcast,
And
but
here they are.
I think I said on the last podcast that there was a lot more to talk about, and so yeah, here we are.
Here we are again.
That wasn't a that was a threat.
Part 2.
Or that wasn't a promise. Whatever the saying is.
Well, the Queen released a statement.
Yeah, they had a sit down, didn't they?
They had a sit down.
Mafia style.
The family, yeah. Well, that's what it was. The family called a summit, they called it, but it was a sit down, as you say.
Yeah. Donna Corleone.
At Sandringham. I mean, apparently Meghan Skyped in or WhatsApped in or whatever, you know, because she's in Canada now with the baby.
She took the baby.
With baby Archie Harrison.
She took the baby and she fled to Canada, very much like a Lifetime movie. That'll be part of the next Lifetime movie that they make about them.
And of course they had this sit down and they're working towards, you know, a resolution for this situation, for this crisis that the royal family is in now that Harry and Meghan have stepped back as senior royals.
You guys, this is even on our local news channel.
Yes, they love it. It's all excited talking about it too.
So in Britain, I don't know if you guys have local news channels, for your own city that you're in.
Well, not for your own city, but for your own region. You have regional news.
Okay. Like
Northwest and Southeast and
so this is on the local
West Country.
Austin news. they're keeping us informed about this ongoing British saga. Yeah. And today the Queen had to put out a statement after
the Queen released a statement. Yeah. Today my family had very constructive discussions on the future of my grandson and his family. My family and I are entirely supportive of Harry and Meghan's desire to create a new life as a young family. Although we would have preferred them to remain full-time working members of the royal family, we respect and understand their wish to live a more independent life as a family while remaining a valued part of my family. Harry and Meghan have made clear that they do not want to be reliant on public funds in their new lives. It has therefore been agreed that there will be a period of transition in which the Sussexes will spend time in Canada and the UK. These are complex matters for my family to resolve, and there is some more work to be done. But I have asked for final decisions to be reached in the coming days. Ends. That's what it says. Ends.
End of transmission.
The end.
No.
Maybe she says, and I will end you.
These are complex matters for my family to resolve, and there is some more work to be done, but I've asked for final decisions to be reached. That means that William and Harry are fighting about this. Basically.
William and Harry are fighting about this because it's ultimately going to be his problem at the end of the day, isn't it? You know, down the line. Yeah. If he doesn't have his brother to support him.
I can really imagine Charles just this is between you guys to decide, to
Charles, yeah, I mean, really, Charles is kind of just he's kind of stepping back. I mean, he's next in line, but really, I don't think he wants anything to do with it, really.
Yeah.
He's not going to, it's too much hassle, it's too much aggro.
He's not going to move to Canada, though, is he?
No, he's not. Well, no, and I mean, that's why they're in Canada, though. They can't move here.
Well, why?
Because there's nowhere.
Original reports, though, were that they were going to move to America, right?
They were going to come to LA
between America
and they were going to start
and the UK. No, I don't think they ever.
Yes.
I don't think they ever said that.
Andy Cohen made them an offer.
Oh my god, yes. We read that somewhere, didn't we?
Andy Cohen.
Andy Cohen.
Our darling Andy Cohen.
I didn't know. Do British people know who Andy Cohen is?
I'm sure they do. I'm sure he's been on this.
Andy Cohen is the vice president of the Bravo network here in the United States.
Yeah,
they're the ones that run all the Real Housewives
franchises and the Boat Show and the Southern Charm and Vanderpump Rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he made Meghan Markle an offer, probably on Watch What Happens Live.
Oh,
which
you
is
can
his,
become
like,
a housewife.
His late night talk show he has over here called Watch
Tongue
What
in
Happens
cheek,
Live.
but not really.
Yeah. Oh, you know, if she said,
"Yeah, go on, then, Andy. Let's do this."
Yeah, I'll become a housewife of Beverly Hills or whatever. He would be foaming at the mouth to make that happen.
Oh, of course he would.
Yeah.
Because he's a nutcase.
No, but that was the original report, wasn't it? That they were going to split time between America and Britain.
North America.
Okay.
And Britain, yes. But it's going to be Canada because Canada is part of the Commonwealth and the Canadian government will let them live there for free.
Oh,
this is what this period of transition is. Oh, she's going to Canada now because they want to be away from the UK press.
Well, there's rumor.
And also they want to become financially independent, but they can't right now because they haven't got the money to.
Yeah.
I mean, they have got the money to live like normal people, but they can't live like normal people.
Yeah, no. They can never live like normal people. And, you know, a funny thing that I saw on, I think it was The View or something like that, they were saying, oh, yeah, the best way to get away from all the British press is to really live the life of a Hollywood movie star, you know?
Yeah, like if she wants to become... Well, there's that report that she signed a voiceover deal for Disney.
Yeah.
And that's not been confirmed as of yet, but
right.
It's looking like it will be.
Yeah.
And apparently Harry was touting that when they were...
Well, there's a picture
on the
going
red carpet
around,
for The Lion King, yeah. It's a picture going when he's talking to the CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, and he's talking, yeah... should get Meghan a deal, you know, doing some voiceover work for our charity.
Yeah.
Whatever it's going to be.
And the profits will
voicing
go
a Disney princess, an actual princess voicing a Disney princess.
And what was
How cool is that, Bob?
Oh, God. Why you just did your Paul McCartney voice.
How cool's that, Bob? Yeah, Bob, let's do this.
But yeah, people are really pissed about this in one way or the other.
Well, I think it's rich of the British press to say, you know, after years of slagging her off.
Yeah.
To now turn around and go, why doesn't she want this life? What did we do wrong? It's like, yeah, you slagged her off. She can't handle it. And, you know, the racism and all that, that's just the Sun. I think that is.
Yeah.
That's mostly the Sun newspaper and everything. I think that's mostly the Sun. Mm-hmm. Really. That was being racist or whatever. Overtones. I don't think they were outrightly being racist, but, you know, it was very... That's what they're saying over here. It's like, oh, she's been subjected to racism and everything. And I'm just like, I don't know. I haven't seen any evidence of that yet. I mean, I haven't read the papers over there. But they're just assuming that. But it's because she's American. And that's what they might mean with that too, but that's just them being xenophobic anyway. I mean, they're going to hate her if she was white and British. They would hate her anyway.
I don't know.
Because they did it with Princess Diana. They slagged her off too.
Yeah, but I mean, they have not really attacked Kate Middleton in the same way that they've attacked Meghan.
Not really, no. But the thing is,
Meghan's
fair game to them because she's not as high up the food chain.
Yeah.
As high up on the throne, you know. She's not...
I really think that it has to do with the fact that she's American, but also the fact that she's an actress.
Yes, I think it's the fact that she's common, because Kate Middleton wasn't really common.
Well, I mean, I said this in the previous podcast. I don't know how many people I triggered with this, but actresses are known to be sort of climbers, right? Like, you want to make okay. Let's back it up.
Back it up.
The other day, yeah.
Back it up.
Beep, beep, beep. The other day,
bing,
I was reading
bing.
on Facebook I think my sister-in-law tagged me in some article. And I was just scrolling through the comments.
Yeah.
And somebody in the comments was like, oh, well, I'm American and I had never even heard of her before she got with Harry.
Yeah.
Which, okay, fair enough. And
she was on a show called Suits.
Yeah.
And she'd done a few Hallmark films.
A reply to that was like, well, we had never heard of Kate before she got with William either, so what's your point? We know what you're getting at here. Implying that, I don't know, that it was some sort of racist remark. To which I just said, but Kate was not... First of all, she's British, so why would we Americans have heard of her?
I've heard of Kate Middleton, yeah.
Yeah. Second of all, Kate Middleton was not an actress, so there's absolutely no reason that we should have or would have possibly have heard of her. When you are an actress, you're in a career that is your career relies on people knowing your name.
Knowing your name, yeah. Well, I mean, yes, it relies on some sort of networking and everything.
That's why the term
so you can get jobs.
Yeah, that's why the term A-list celebrity exists, is because your name is more well known. The more well known you and your name are, the more likely that you're going to get bigger and better roles and higher paying jobs.
Yeah, and you're going to have more exposure.
Yeah. So, and then the B-list celebrities, and then you have even further down the page, you know.
Yeah.
So she is in a profession where, you know, we potentially could have heard of her, and we didn't. I mean, there obviously was an audience who watched Suits.
Yeah, obviously.
There obviously were people who watch Hallmark and recognized her from the movie or movies, I don't know, that she's done on there.
I think she did like 2 or 3, didn't she?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
But she's not Jennifer Aniston is what my point
is.
No. We don't know her. We only know her because she married Harry. So because of that, and now what is going on, it does give you sort of a bad feeling down in your gut.
That she just married him to get
to up her profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I really hate to say that, and I genuinely hope that is not true.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, if it is true, then she bit off way more than she can chew with that. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of like if they've figured that out, or if the royal family have sniffed that out about her, then she's gone, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, rumors for the past however long have been that maybe that is the case, and people don't want to accept that that's true. They want to blame the media, and I am in no way defending the media, because they are animals. They're horrible. Yeah, and
especially the British press.
They definitely make up complete garbage out of nowhere just to sell papers, you know.
Well, yeah, the tabloids are absolutely terrible about that stuff, you know. And I mean that they're the first target. The royals are the first target for their headlines.
Yeah. But, you know, this kind of thing, it doesn't just
go away.
It doesn't just come from nowhere either. You know, they didn't just all of a sudden they're getting along with the family and they're loving life and they're loving their duties and they're doing their duties and everything's great and peachy, and then they decide, you know what, we don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean?
No, they didn't just decide it. No.
Yeah, so this has come from somewhere. We don't know. We don't live there, so we don't know. But it's not a good look. You know what I mean? It's really not. And,
well, I think she wanted out from the get-go, really.
Seemed like it.
From that, you know.
And I can understand. I don't want to go from having my complete privacy and freedom to all of a sudden being told, you know, what to eat and how to dress and how to wave and
how to handle the press.
Yeah. It's like that would be a lot. But at the same time, she had to have known to some degree what she was getting involved.
Into. Yeah.
I mean, unless she did think, oh, this is a storybook and I'm in a Hallmark movie and everything's going to be great.
Yeah, no, there's the bad side to being a royal.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
The major downsides, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I put this question out on Instagram a little while ago. We haven't really had time to have too many responses, but I'm gonna read a couple. I was just curious what our Instagram pals thoughts are on the subject. And the first one says that she just goes back to the table during the Queen's speech, and it said all that was needed. They didn't need to make a statement, basically. And what she is referring to in that comment, I don't know if you saw the Queen's speech on Christmas. I think we did a podcast about the Queen's speech.
Yeah, we did, yeah. On the table, yeah. There's like photos and family photos and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she had family photos there, and there were no pictures of Harry and Meghan.
No pictures of Harry and Meghan, yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of William and Kate and the kids, I think.
You know, and I did notice that there was not one of Harry and Meghan, but I just thought maybe she's just showing the ones that are like in line to do her job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe,
in a way. I didn't really think anything of it at the time. Maybe it was like a little subliminal message. But then again, if you believe everything you read in the press, supposedly the Queen and Meghan Markle get along, or...
They get along, yeah. Supposedly her and her mother get along, too.
Yeah. What do you mean? The Queen and Meghan's mother?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, they get along fine.
Yeah.
I think it's just that she just can't take the whole protocol thing.
Yeah.
And she wants out.
Because really, I mean, the Queen doesn't have a lot to do with the protocol thing either. I mean, she's following the same protocol, right?
Yeah. No,
she's not making the rules either.
It's total all the private secretaries and all that. They're the ones who've made that,
too.
And the government, yes.
I mean, and I say that judging purely by what I've seen in The Crown.
Well, yes, no, it is, because I mean,
the government gets together and says, "Oh, the royal family can't be seen to be doing this or that, or we need to
take a rein on them."
Yeah, Prime Minister get in there and tell her that they can't do this or whatever.
No, and it's that, and it's also, like you see these New Year's honours list and Queen's birthday honours list. They aren't drawn up by the palace or anything. They're drawn up by the government.
Yeah.
The government gives them a list and says, okay, this is who you can give an MBE or a knighthood to.
Right.
And, that's it, for services to whatever, It's just like random, well, I say randomly, but it's like, it's drawn up,
Yeah.
I don't think that the palace have anything to do with it now. It's just purely the government sending them a list and saying, okay, honor these people.
Right. Because I said in the previous podcast where we had this sort of same discussion, the royal family, they're just representatives of
the representatives.
Britain,
yeah,
right?
they're the heads of state. Well, she's the head of state, the Queen.
Yeah.
The monarch is the head of state. The rest of them are just ambassadors, really.
There's been
high-ranking ambassadors.
There's been rumors that though Meghan and the Queen got along and all of that, like you said, she was having trouble following all the protocols and was not agreeing to certain things, and a lot of them were just silly things, like she didn't want to wear the pantyhose and stuff that they're supposed to wear when a skirt is a certain length, and just things that are not really necessary in the long run, but at the same time, and I'll go back to that same Facebook thread that I mentioned a little bit ago. Somebody, a British person down in the comments, explained it in a way that I thought was very interesting, and it made a lot of sense to me, that the royal family is basically employed by the people of Britain, by the British government,
of the UK, yeah.
and by the people of the UK. Yeah, the UK, not just Britain.
Yeah.
They're employed, they're paid with
public money,
public
taxpayer
dollars.
money, yeah.
And so the government, the parliament, or whoever,
Yeah.
They're basically like the bosses to the royal family.
Yes, they're the supervisors.
So so just like in any job that you have, your employer has the right to set a dress code, to tell you to be at work at a certain time, to tell you that you have to take a lunch break at this time, to give you tasks that need to be completed by, certain deadlines, and you have to give a presentation tomorrow, and I need to proof everything you're going to say beforehand, and all of that kind of stuff. And all of us who work and who have ever had a job know that and have had to follow those kind of rules.
Yeah, exactly.
And so basically, being part of the royal family, that is your job.
Yeah.
You're getting paid to be a representative.
Yeah. You're basically paid to be an ambassador.
So if they tell you to wear pantyhose when your skirt is above your knees in length or whatever, you have to do it because you're being paid. You have to follow their rules because they are paying you your salary that you live off of.
Well, yeah.
So, okay, that makes sense to me. Her not then wanting to, it's like, you can't do that. You're going to get fired.
Well, yes.
You're going to be fired. You have to follow the rules that everybody else has to follow. Like, you're not special. You know what I mean? So if it is true that she was throwing fits and having problems and things following these rules, then that's not right, because she's an employee, basically. Once she's married Harry,
can't do the job, get out.
She's an employee. So then I understand, okay, well, I quit. You know what I mean? Which is basically what they've kind of done.
Yes.
Or what they're wanting to do. And if that's what needs to be done, then I suppose so. Another one of our replies that we had on Instagram was, this commenter says, unpopular opinion, but they should either be all in or all out. Can't have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah. Which,
personally, I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, but it's the same opinion as mine. I think that they...
Yeah.
I fully agree that, okay, you don't want to take public money anymore. You want to live on your own, but you can't then use...
Yeah, you can't just say, oh, I'm buggering off to Canada now.
Well, no, you can, but then you can't have perks of being... You can't have the perks of the job, what I mean?
No, yeah, and I don't think they're trying to say they don't want that.
Yeah.
They want to be financially independent, but at the same time, the moment Harry tries to go and get himself an honest job, it looks like he's gonna have to exploit his royal brand, because there's a conflict of interest there, because he will inevitably be being given a job because he's Prince Harry.
Yeah.
And it's like, she's gonna have to, and it'll be the same for her, really. She's only gonna get this job as Disney as a voiceover artist for Disney because she's princess. It's not because she starred in a couple of Hallmark films.
Yeah,
they could say that. I'm sure they will say that, but it's not. It's because she's Princess Markle. She's Princess Meghan.
Yeah,
she's the Duchess of Sussex.
I mean, they're gonna have. I like how they called them the Sussexes.
The Sussexes, yes. Yeah, well, I mean, that's what they are now. They're the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Yeah.
Unless they if they renounce their titles, then they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
That's it. No protocol, nothing. They can exploit their brand name to all they want.
I feel like they want to keep their titles, but that's it. That's the feeling I get from the statement
Well,
they gave.
that'll be very much like the Duke and Duchess of Windsor.
Yeah. Which were...
Edward and Wallis Simpson.
Yeah, and you know what? I've seen so many people comparing them to that because Wallis Simpson was American as well.
Well, they went and lived off in France.
Yeah.
And they shuttled between New York and France, in the cafe society.
Mm-hmm.
And really, they just kind of lived off like handouts from the French government, oddly enough. The French government were like... I guess the UK government must have done a deal with them, like they're doing with Canada. doing the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
Canada will give them a handout.
except Edward and Wallace were reportedly or allegedly Nazi sympathizers. So it's not exactly the same thing as, you know, wild Prince Harry and his American actress bride, you know. It was a little bit more to their story. You know, a lot of people want to make that story like, oh, it was so romantic. He gave up his throne for her and everything. When really they were edged out.
They were edged out, yes, because I think the government were going to institute a civil war.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was close to something like that.
Yeah.
They were going to, like, shut down and make the people turn against him.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that's what was going to happen.
Another comment we had on this question is interesting because it takes the complete opposite side of everything else that we've talked about so far. Proud of Harry for doing what's best for his own family.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Good on you, Harry.
Yeah. And that's true, and that is really, like, you do have to remember that, you know, we talk about them being, like, representatives of their country and their, like, living history and all of it's a tradition and all of this kind of stuff. But you do, you know, you do basically at the head have a grandma, a dad and stepmom, and 2 boys and their new families, their new wives and their kids, and they're just people, right? Like everybody else. So, yeah, I mean, if this is getting a bit too crazy now that he's got a kid and he's just like, I want out, you know, it's like, I just want to have my kid and I want people to leave me alone.
A quiet life.
But is anybody going to leave him alone?
No one is going to leave him alone because once he's out of the protection of them, I mean, you know, relative protection of them.
Yeah.
They'll descend like jackals. The paparazzi will be there all the time. We'll be like, oh, well, you know what? You're fair game now.
Yeah.
We can make up as many headlines as we can about you and Meghan Markle.
I don't know what the media is like in Canada. I'm kind of curious.
No, I'm talking paparazzi just worldwide.
Yes.
I mean, they'll be selling the Sun photographers will be out there.
Yeah.
Anyone with a phone, wherever they are.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm curious though what the people of Canada have to say about it all. I mean, maybe they don't care. Maybe they're like, yay,
I have a feeling
Meghan and Harry.
I have a feeling there'll be questions raised as to, are we
now going to pay for them?
Pay for them, yeah. Because I think they're trying to pretend like they're going, it's a period transition, and they're going to live in Canada, and she's going to do whatever. Well, they say they're going to
split their time between the UK and Canada, but if they want to, like, not have their duties anymore, what are they going to do in the UK? I mean, they're just going
to come back and live there and just be waving at events. Yeah. they're still good. Yeah, I mean, they're stepping back from duties.
Yeah.
But I think
they want to show up wherever
they'll show
they
up
want.
at family gatherings.
Yeah.
You know, like where the whole family is, they'll be there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the case of having the cake and eating it too, you know?
They still want to be invited to weddings and stuff. Like, they don't want to be...
And, you know, like, you know, but I guess ceremonial things like, I don't know, I don't know what's ceremonial stuff that the royal family have to go there. They'd probably be like, nah.
Galas and
all the, you know, Royal Albert Hall shindigs and all that kind of stuff, you know. Nah, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Don't want to get dressed up and have to stand there and stiff and look straightforward and all that kind of stuff.
Somebody else that commented says they're sorry for the Queen.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's, you know, because she thought, you know, this is a good business we got going here. You know?
Well, I don't know.
Everyone should toe the line. I thought everything was going smoothly. I thought you weren't going to turn out like Edward, but here we go.
I mean, yeah, when I read that comment, I wasn't really sure. I was like, well, this doesn't necessarily have a lot to do with the Queen. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, she's the one who's got to deal with this, doesn't she? You know? So, Yeah, I mean, I get that. Yeah, I guess I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I guess I'm sorry for the Queen, too.
Because, I mean, I'm sure it's kind of a stressful period, just...
Oh my god, yes.
Because they've taken this decision, they've made a big statement about it, when they could have been kind of quiet about it, I think.
Yeah.
They could have just said, just to let you know, we're not going to bother doing that,
They could have just said to them, couldn't they?
They could have.
Yeah.
And then if someone said, oh, it doesn't seem that they're doing any royal duties. But no, they wanted to make a big statement and let everybody know we're breaking from tradition here.
Yeah, I saw something going around again on Facebook. It makes it sound like I spend a lot of time on Facebook. I promise you guys, I don't hardly ever go on Facebook. But this was a picture of Yoko Ono.
Oh,
who everybody credits with the breakup of the Beatles, which we all know now to not be true.
No.
Not entirely true.
Paul's come out and said no, she didn't.
Yeah, so. And I think it says something like, broke up the Beatles.
I broke up the Beatles.
It's a picture of her, and then on the other side of the picture is a picture of Meghan Markle, and she just says, hold my beer,
Yeah, like she's breaking up the royal family. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, reports, and of course William and Harry have come out with a statement saying, no, we're not fighting, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, I think they had to come out with a joint statement because there was so many people going, they've broken with their, Kate and Meghan don't like each other and all this kind of stuff. They were saying all that kind of stuff and it wasn't true.
Yeah.
According to them, so.
I mean, I don't know. It's terrible. It would be terrible if
it's a terrible tragedy for all involved.
Well, it would be terrible if this was causing problems between them, because I think that they've been... I mean, I say this like I know them, Oh, yes, my close personal friends, William and Harry. Harry
and William.
They've been so close their whole lives,
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea, but they've made it look like they're fairly close. They went through the terrible tragedy of their mother dying and all of this, and they've seemed like they have a fairly close relationship. Who knows? Maybe they don't. Maybe they can't stand each other in real life. I don't know.
Well, I think it's a case of, like, you've been shoved together by the family business all these years. You want to grow apart. He's got his own family now. They've both got their own families. Mm-hmm. William and Kate are very much like, one day we're taking over the company, Mm-hmm. Whereas Harry's like, nah, I don't want to do this. If you look at it like that, Harry looks like, and he never really did want to do it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, there's definitely things going around like, is this the end of the royal family?
Yeah, it's not the end.
Is this it for them? This is like the last straw. They had the whole Andrew scandal, and then
Andrew's completely gone.
They're still trying to recover from that, and then now this kind of thing has happened.
Probably never to return.
But, I mean, I just don't see the royal family going away anytime soon. I mean, there are other royal families around the world, by the way.
Yes, there are.
They're not the only royal family.
But they're the only ones everybody knows about.
Yeah, they're the only ones that anybody knows about or cares about. I don't know why, really. I'm not sure why, but I guess it goes with that whole British Empire thing.
Goes with that whole British Empire thing,
yeah. Oh my god. But anyway, we're out of time, and I think
we're out of time.
And I think we have to end this.
We have to end this.
We promise you that unless something incredibly drastic happens over the next couple of weeks, we won't talk about this again for a while.
I think we're done talking about this now,
I cannot promise that you won't see something on Twitter or Instagram, but as far as podcasts, I think that'll do for now. Yeah, unless...
We're just in a two-part story.
Yeah, unless someone's head explodes or, something falls off, and there's something big to report. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Oh my god. Okay. As always, thank you for listening. We hope that you will tune in next time. If you did not enjoy this podcast about the royal family, I am so sorry. And we promise that there will be more different content to come.
More and different.
Yes, more very different. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.